Conversations with Nicole. Let's talk about it. Tell me all about it. I'm here. I wanna know what's on your mind. Ooh, the world needs to hear from you, and I'm so glad to have a conversation to reach the nation. And it's all about you. We'll help each other to discover innovative ways to positively change the world. Let's talk about, let's talk about, yeah. Let's talk about conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. I am Nicole Everett, your host. And Conversations with Nicole is a talk show based in Tallahassee, Florida, focused on connecting the community through conversations. Today is what I call Wellness Wednesday, which is an opportunity for you, me, and my guests to chat about something interesting and intriguing. And tonight we are talking loneliness, more specifically, behind closed doors, the lonely truth. And boy, this is going to be a great one. So my very special guest is Miss Tameran Hinson, who is a clinician out of the Atlanta area. So I'm super excited and delighted to have her with us today. But before I bring her on, I need to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and your comments and questions are welcome. This is a safe space for us to engage with one another, and we fully expect to hear from you. So let us know in the comments what city and state you are tuning in from so we can give you a shout out and engage with you because we really want to do that. It's been a great day for me here in Tallahassee, getting a lot of stuff done, which is great. It's Rosa Parks' birthday was today, so we speak her name and salute all that she did for the civil rights movement. And so it's Black History Month, y'all. And boy, I know I've been getting doses of it from all over the place, especially on social media. So happy Black History Month to all the folks out there. So I see folks chiming in. Miss J in Tallahassee, thank you for being here. Kawanda Taichi, I hope I'm saying that right, in Atlanta. Thank you for being here. And Say Shawty from Tampa, thank you for joining us. Miss Jeanette in Miami Gardens, thank you for being here, Miss Jeanette. All right, well, I know that there'll be more folks joining us. I thank you for those who have chimed in thus far, but I'm going to go ahead and share some of Tameran's bio. Tameran is a licensed professional counselor, a certified professional counselor supervisor, and the founder of Ascent Counseling and Wellness in Atlanta, GA. She earned her psychology degree from the Florida State University, Go Noles, and went on to complete her master's in professional counseling at Georgia State University. Her clinical voice was shaped across a wide variety of settings, from inpatient stabilization and detox units to community and faith-based initiatives, giving her a deep lived understanding of what holistic support truly looks like. She founded her counseling agency in 2019 as a direct response to the one-size-fit-all approach to often given to underserved communities. Love that. And her organization is thoughtfully curated safe space designed to meet the unique and diverse mental health needs of multicultural communities, especially high achieving women who deserve support that sees them, honors them, and strengthens them. When she's not holding space for clients, guiding emerging therapists, or leading wellness conversations, she is intentional about pouring back into her own cup. I love that so much. I'm going to let her tell you more about her personal life, but y'all help me welcome Miss Tameran Hinson. Yay!
Hi.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you so much, and happy Black History Month.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you so much.
So tell the people, who is Tameran Hinson? Not what you do, which I read a lot of what you do, but who are you in your own words?
Absolutely. Tameran Hinson is first and foremost a child of God. I am loving the opportunity to be able to intersect the things that I do, meaning my personal life as well as my professional life. So I'm blessed to be able to do that. And I just love having an opportunity to share and to learn from other people in everything that I do. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I do appreciate that.
Absolutely, my pleasure. I'm excited for this topic and just so glad to have you. So, for folks that don't know, we were connected through my friend and neighbor, Dr. Zamora Johnson. And so I give a shout out, and I think this is her right here, Pandas 0918. I believe that's her tally. So thank you, Z, for connecting us. We have truly enjoyed the conversations that we've had up to this point and are again excited about this topic. So I see some more folks have joined us. We have Miss Felicia here in the house. Thank you for being here. And Letitia, also in Tallahassee. Thank you for being here. And I don't know who LinkedIn user is, but we're happy you're here as well. So excited to hear this conversation. We appreciate it. So, talk a little bit, if you don't mind, before we get started, about kind of your clientele and why you've, kind of chose this population to work with.
Sure. And it's a great question. A lot of what I saw was that high achieving women, particularly Black women, were so busy holding space for everyone else, everything else, and they never had a place that they could go to just be themselves and
Mm-hmm.
just be able to really safely talk about what was really going on with them. So we were busy being doctors that help people and moms of 4 and 5 kids and doing everything from them, making their food and their clothes and everything that high achieving women do. But we were never taking care of ourselves. And in my time in mental health, I've noticed that kind of that cookie cutter response that they wanted to kind of throw on high achieving women, Black women in particular, it quite honestly fell dismally short. And
Mm-hmm.
that's putting it very nicely. But it was not working. And so I wanted to have a place where particularly high achieving Black women could feel seen, could feel heard, not have to spend the entire session trying to explain the background of
Yes.
what's been going on with them and try and educate the counselor. There's a time and a place for that, but
Yeah.
using your therapy for session for that was not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ascent Counseling Wellness was born right before the pandemic. So it was truly a God moment for me to be
Right.
able to do that and survive the pandemic with my family. So that was awesome.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, again, I'm super excited to have you here and to tackle this topic. But before we jump on that, I definitely want to read my Conversations with Nicole disclaimer, which is that all topics past, present, and future on Conversations with Nicole are for informational purposes only. They are not to be used as a diagnosis for treatment or an answer to any personal issues related to the topic being discussed before, during, or after the program. All right. So definitely get with a clinician. If you need help finding one, holla at your girl, because we can help you out with that. Or use Psychology Today. That's another really great resource to find clinicians in your area. All right. So we found out who LinkedIn user is. It's Paula DeBose Johnson. Hey, girl. Hey. Thanks for being here. We got Lisa Myrick. Thank you for being here, Lisa. She's here in Tally. My mom down in Miami. Thank you for being here, Ma. Love you, love you, love you. We got Mr. Warren Cave here in Tally. He said, ready for another great show. Thank you, Warren. And we got Miss Anitra Thomas here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, she's here in Tally as well. So we appreciate you all. So y'all, please like, please share, please tag a friend and let them know they need to be part of this conversation. All right. Okay. So you and I crafted this topic behind closed doors, the lonely truth, the lonely truth, the lonely truth, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I want to I want to start with the viewers. I want to start with the viewers. What does loneliness look like to you all? What does loneliness look like to you all? Let us know if you don't mind sharing in the comments. Again, safe space for you to engage with one another. But what does loneliness look like to you? Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. So I know there's a little bit of delay, but while they are typing, and we'll read their comments as they come in.
Sure.
I think you and I could start with maybe a definition what for loneliness.
Absolutely. One of the things to keep in mind with loneliness is that it is a normal human experience.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, we will look at loneliness and either try and compare it to someone else or compare it within ourselves and say, well, I have nothing to be lonely about. I have all of these things and all of
Mm-hmm.
these people and all of these outlets. So, why do I still feel lonely? And particularly, again, with the clientele I see, they look at it as some type of character defect. They look at it as a moral failure.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can stop looking at it as anything other than what it is, information, our body's giving us information about something that we need that we're
Mm-hmm.
missing.
Nice.
Um, so go ahead, please.
No, I like that you have defined it in that way because I think we have maybe the definition has been a little out of sync.
Hmm.
And maybe we've likened being alone to loneliness.
Very much so. And it's
Mhm.
not the same. Not the
Yeah.
same at all.
Mhm.
When we are talking about being alone, it literally is physically being in isolation. When
Mhm.
we are talking about loneliness, we are talking about the level of disconnect
Mhm.
between the amount of socialization that we want versus the amount of socialization that we actually have.
Mm. That's
And
good.
I would actually add to that and say not just the amount, but also how frequently and
Mhm.
also the quality of the socialization that we want versus what we have. And
Okay.
so if we can look at it in that term, again, it becomes an invitation for us to get curious about
Mhm.
what's going on with us and what our body is trying to tell us instead of looking at it and hiding in the closet behind a closed door and being
Mhm.
ashamed because somehow I'm feeling lonely.
Whew. All right. Yes. This is this about to step all on my toes. I already feel it
Come
right
on now. Come on.
now.
Steel
Already
toe
feel
boots. I
it.
got you. I got you. Come on.
Woo. Okay, so we have several comments. Thank you all for participating. Miss Iris has just joined us. Thank you for being here, Iris. So Kawando said emotional isolation. Okay, thank you for that. Miss J said depression. Anitra, lack of shared understanding. Mhm.
Mhm.
Say Shorty said to be alone can be peaceful. There are
Mhm.
so many distractions and pulls, and at times it is welcome.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
And Felicia, it looks like having no significant other to share the highs and lows of life. Ooh,
That's good.
all right. Yeah,
Good. That's
the
good.
all great responses. Thank you all for sharing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you talked about frequency of
Mhm.
socialization and quality of socialization. Mhm,
Yes, yes. Oftentimes, loneliness is a signal, again, that we're missing something. There's a disconnect.
mhm,
And so, if we can begin to put in bridges into that disconnect, we may find that we don't have the same experience of loneliness.
mm.
Let's talk
Okay.
about some practical things.
Yes,
Um,
please.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, if I am out at a gathering,
Mhm,
and yet I am surrounded by 200 people, and yet I'm feeling lonely.
mm,
Physically, I know I'm not alone, but that loneliness may be telling me that there's the lack of engagement that I'm really looking for, or something that I need. I don't
mhm,
feel connected. Maybe I don't feel, again, seen or heard. And so that's why the loneliness is there.
Mm.
There are other times when I might experience loneliness, and it has nothing to do with whether or not I'm alone with somebody. I think somebody said that being alone can feel good sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. To be alone can be peaceful. Thank you. So many
Mm-hmm.
distractions and pulls. I love that. That is the very antithesis of being lonely. I'm
Mm.
not missing anything. There's not a disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I don't feel lonely. So I
Right.
have everything that I need. It's self-contained. Therefore, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
lonely.
Nice.
So I love that there are different ways of looking at loneliness. And I think the biggest thing that we can do is get very, very curious
Mm-hmm.
about it, what it is that we need, and then we can go about trying to secure that.
So
I love the deep
I'm
breaths.
deep I'm deep
Love the
sighing.
deep breaths. I
I'm
love it.
deep sighing because the Surgeon General said that loneliness is that pandemic proportions. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes,
equated it to smoking 15 cigarettes.
yes,
What does that
absolutely.
mean? What does that mean?
That means that the physical impact of unchecked loneliness, not getting curious about what's going on with us, has the same detrimental effects that smoking can have. So it can impact not only our mind, not only our quality of health, it can also impact our physical well-being. I'm going to say our spiritual well-being, and might be a whole nother conversation with Nicole, but I'm going to put it out there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it also can impact our ability to get out of that cycle of loneliness if it's one that we're trapped in. So I think that that's something else to be aware of. I think, and I thank you for bringing up that Surgeon General's report. I think it was just a couple years ago. If I'm not mistaken, Nicole, and don't quote me on this, but if I'm not mistaken, I think up to half of the US adults that they surveyed for that study said that they experienced some form of loneliness daily.
Yeah.
So this is not something that we have to be ashamed of or again be behind closed doors with. It's just something that we're not talking about.
Right. That part.
And that part is killing us.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Hold on. I want to acknowledge Miss Deborah Lloyd. She
Hi,
said,
Deb.
so good to hear from you and the work that you are doing. Thank you for
Hi,
being.
Deborah.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So I hope you all heard, what was said in that this Surgeon General report talks about, uh, half of the people that were surveyed said that they experienced some form of loneliness on a daily,
Yes.
right? So either that's the frequency of the socialization or the quality of the socialization. All
Yes.
right. So
Yes.
just so we're clear, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when we talk about frequency, obviously we're talking about how often, and
Mm-hmm.
that varies from person to person. I would add that varies from season to season.
Mm-hmm.
There are some seasons in life where we may need more socialization, and
Mm-hmm.
other seasons of life, not so much.
Yes. Yes.
And then with the quality, we are talking about how much is my cup full? How much did I get out of this interaction, the socialization?
Mm-hmm.
If I was looking for deep, meaningful conversation, did I get that? Or was it very surface and I could have talked to Chat GPT for that?
So, I think about folks that say they don't like small talk.
Mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
And so, whatever those little niceties are, how was your
Gets on
day?
my
How was
nerves.
how you doing? Yeah, they just don't have much patience or
No,
tolerance for that,
not
right?
at all. Not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Look, Miss Deborah said, "Hey, girl." All
Hey,
right,
girl.
so Paula said, in this climate where there's more distrust,
Mhm.
how can we help those who may be feeling lonely and isolated? Ooh, that's a good question.
Love that. I love that. And so that kind of leads me into there are various forms of loneliness.
Mhm.
And I kind of see three that tend to repeat. And so, if it's okay, I think this would be a perfect springboard into that.
Sure.
Um, One of them is the loneliness of ambition.
Mm.
The other one is the loneliness of transition. And then the last form that I usually see is the loneliness of decision. And
Okay.
so ambition, transition, decision.
All right. I'm writing it down.
Yes, ma'am. So let's start with decision, because that's kind of what that question just prompted me to think about. When we are talking about the loneliness of decision, we are not saying that anybody made a decision, I'm just going to go through life and be lonely. That's not what we're saying at all. But we are saying that there are choices that may have been made in response to vulnerability being weaponized, i.e. traumas. And so that becomes kind of a wound that pretends to be a choice.
Mm. Okay.
So what happens is that our nervous system cannot tell the difference between what's now safe to be able to be vulnerable with and share with. Oftentimes, once that trauma has passed, our nervous system doesn't know the difference if it's past or present. And so to try and keep ourselves safe still, what we do is, those are the people who'll say, any vulnerability is bad vulnerability. I'm not going to let you know that I need you, that I need to talk to you, that I need you to see me. What I'm going to do is choose safety. And so I'm going to stay away from you. And so that's what that question just reminded me of. How do we deal with people that are going through that? And I think one of the things that we have to do is acknowledge their experience is real, first and foremost. But then also we go ahead. I see you doing it again.
I'm about to fall all the way out, ma'am.
Stay together. Stay together.
Listen, you are talking about people's nervous systems. And when I tell you, I have been focused on trying to regulate my nervous system.
Wow. Wow.
And tell myself that I am safe and that I am going to be okay.
Yeah.
In
It's very
spite
real.
of the things that have happened, like in the last month and a half, that I haven't really told anybody. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I do. I do. And that's why this is so real.
Mm,
What's going on with you is, again, your body is trying to keep you safe. And so it's a state of what we call hypervigilance. And so
mhm.
because that hypervigilance is there, it's looking for, where's the threat coming from?
Yeah.
And if I don't know where the threat is coming from, I'm just going to stay on high alert. The problem with that is that our bodies are not meant to stay in that condition consistently.
Mhm.
And so then we get worn out
Mhm.
and we wonder why we feel so exhausted. It's exerting that energy. But for people who have had an experience, and I would dare to say more of us have than we would like to acknowledge, but when
Mhm.
we've had that experience of, again, an emotional weaponization of maybe information or something I shared, we will tend to shy away from that and don't want to share anymore because it comes across that this is dangerous. So I'd rather stay alone. The people who, I don't want to get too deep with you. I don't want you to know me. I don't want to get to know you because I don't know if it's safe.
Ooh, so Tracy Golay just says some conversations make you choose aloneness until you have a better
Amen.
choice.
Amen.
Yeah.
And
Very well.
that is that's a perfect, I think a perfect example. That's the word I'm looking for. Some conversations make you choose aloneness. That's the loneliness of decision. That's it right there.
Mhm.
That's it right there.
Wow.
Perfect. Perfect.
Whew. Okay. All
You
right.
okay?
That was decision.
That was the loneliness of decision. So let's talk about the loneliness of ambition.
Okay.
The loneliness of ambition is when we are trying to build something that maybe other people do not yet value or they don't yet recognize will be beneficial later. This could be someone who is running for office, an elected official who has never done it before. It could be someone who is heading up a church and it's never been done this way before. It could be the mom who steps away from corporate in order to focus on family or vice versa. And so it really is just building a future that other people cannot see or are not there yet. And so it
Mm,
creates a loneliness. There's a kind of vacuum that's there when other people can't follow your roadmap, or don't recognize that the support that you need in following your own roadmap. And
mhm,
so there's, again, a disconnect between where we're trying to go,
mhm.
and what they cannot quite yet see. And
Yes.
so everybody doesn't go with you to that next level.
Mhm.
And that can be lonely. That can be very lonely.
So I do think specifically of my public official friends, and one just joined us, Leon County Commissioner Nick Mattis. Thank you for being here. And I have friends that are on that road currently that have
Mhm.
not been, had been public officials, or, served um, in that capacity before.
Right.
And yeah, I'm sure that they experience loneliness.
Absolutely.
And I've heard other leaders, um, be that of organizations
Mhm.
or movements, or even business entrepreneurs, talk about
Absolutely.
how lonely it is, kind of quote unquote, at the top, right? So yeah. So transitions.
Yes, absolutely. And so
Okay.
the loneliness of transition, this is where we're not.
You said
Absolutely,
everybody
Mr.
can do
Maddox. Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone is not yet where they need to be when we're talking about a transition.
that.
You're
Mhm.
kind of getting to someplace, so you're not quite who you were before, but you're not quite there yet, so you're not who you're becoming.
Mm,
And there's kind of this, again, this flux, state of
yeah.
flux that you're in that can
Mhm.
be very lonely.
Yeah.
Again, practical examples might be changing churches,
Mm,
not quite plugged in yet,
mm,
moving away, and leaving behind what you once had. A lot of young adults find themselves facing this all day, every day, because
mhm.
they're not a kid anymore at home with mom and dad. Yet, by the same token, they don't know their social security number yet. Something like, something along those lines. They just
Right.
don't know yet.
Yeah.
And so there's a loneliness that's in that state of flux that, again, people don't talk about. We'll say, well, just go get plugged in. Where, with what, and what does that look like, and how do I access those things? And it creates a sense of loneliness.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. A couple of folks joined us. Sharice in Atlanta, thank you for being here.
Hi.
And Miss Warrior Woman Power, thank you for being here. So Nick said, I just spoke about taking off the armor. It's
Mhm.
Nick does a what is it? Maddox mindset. So these daily kind of uh reflections that he
Hmm.
does that are very, very insightful, and definitely
Okay.
give you things to think about. So yeah, I haven't read that one yet, Nick, but I definitely have to check it out.
Absolutely.
So okay, transition, that one stepped on my toes too. So yeah, I just, my feet got to be all hurt. That's all I'm gonna say. We
Look, we're all safe and we are all family here, so let's talk about it.
We are safe and we are family. Absolutely. All right. Nick said it's so uncomfy because you're expected to be
Mhm.
superhuman as leaders. Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
if I could add to that for just a moment, I think it's also uncomfortable in this particular climate that we find ourselves in right now.
Mm,
And that is just with the current administration, within our communities, those types of things. There is a loneliness where we are, very much so, people are kind of treating us up under a microscope, right?
mm,
Policing everything, what we do, what we say, how we wear our hair, all of these things,
mhm,
but then never yet stepping up to the plate to really meet the true need. And
mm.
there's an isolation and a loneliness that's in that. And we are expected to be superhuman in that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ms. Powell, people have unrealistic expectations of leaders.
Yes.
Oftentimes that
Yes.
is very much so the truth.
Absolutely.
Paula said it's a blessing to have a sister that encourages you to take the cape off and it allows you to just be yourself. There
Amen.
matters.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
does.
Absolutely.
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Indeed. Indeed. So listen, y'all, we are about halfway through this conversation. It's ooh, it's good, but it's
It's a
ooh.
lot, isn't
It's
it?
a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Those of you who are just tuning in, we're talking behind closed doors, the lonely truth. My guest, Tameran Hinson, who is a clinician out of Atlanta, GA. We have defined loneliness. We have talked about the frequency of the socialization, the quality of
Yes,
the socialization, as well as some types of loneliness. So we talked decision, transition, and we're about to talk ambition next. All
yes.
right. All right. We got one comment from Nikki said, but if Trump can be president, I say the tide is turning and imperfection isn't a barrier. Or is it his hue of color that gives him a pass? Ooh,
He's talking a whole new podcast, right?
whole nother conversation, Nate. We're gonna have to
Oh,
schedule
another one.
a whole nother one. Yes.
Yes, yes,
Okay, so let's roll on to ambition. Let
yes,
me
yes.
see
So
how
we
we're
talked
gonna
about this just a little bit. And ambition is again where you are trying to create something. I have got to meet Nick. This is hilarious. But yes, yes, another podcast.
do the podcast.
But ambition is when we are building towards something that, again, other people may not yet see us being able to do or see the value in us doing. And so it could be the first time that you are a trailblazer in your community, possibly in your family, in your network of friends. And because they cannot yet see the value, um, your ambition is kind of too big for them. And rather than give up the ambition, oftentimes it just creates this vacuum of loneliness, which I do not recommend that anybody give up their ambition. Go for it. But it does create, I think we need to be mindful that when we are starting new businesses, new ventures, those types of things, everybody is not going to go with us. Everybody is not made to go with us. And so that is one of the things that we have to weigh out is how will I feel this vacuum of loneliness when it comes, not if it comes, because it's coming. It's
Okay.
definitely coming.
Okay. Very good. So it sounds like ambition and transition. Well, I guess decision can as well. I don't know.
They're correlated. They're all
They
correlated.
yeah, they are
They're all
crossing over.
correlated.
There's some
Mhm.
overlap there for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ambition, other people can't. Ambition, peace is hard. Yes, it is.
Mhm,
Ambition is people can't kind of see where you're going.
mhm,
Transition is you're not who you are, you're not quite becoming yet. And then
mhm.
decision is, again, it's masquerading as a choice. It's really a wound masquerading as a choice. I'm trying to keep myself safe.
Wait, that's which one is that?
Sure, decision,
Oh, decision. Yes, 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 yes. Okay.
a wound masquerading as a choice.
Yes, gotcha.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right. Marcus Boston just joined us out of Tampa. He said, I haven't dated in years, and not because of online man spaces. I needed some
Some
time to
time to
myself.
myself.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. And again, that may not be a place where loneliness resides because it's something that he needed. So there is no disconnect. It's not anything that he was necessarily, he may have won. I'm assuming here.
Mhm,
But when you say something like, I needed time to myself, that's something that you may not have had the loneliness there because there's no disconnect. There's no
mhm,
disconnect between what you wanted versus what you have. You
mhm.
wanted the time to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's good.
Um,
It's
I
good.
wanna I wanna flesh that out a little more because I talk to a lot of people
Mhm.
about relationships, and there are a lot of single people out here that desire to be with someone. And so I think any words that you could give of comfort or peace as it relates to, again, the loneliness that we have talked about, and also that maybe the loneliness that they, or the relationship that they desire to have from the level of intimacy that they
Mhm.
desire to have from maybe a single person, that maybe they can find that well, maybe not as deep of a level of intimacy, but some sense of it
Yeah,
in other folks. Okay, not just one person that is like maybe your person, if you will. So kind
right.
of speak to that if you don't mind.
Sure, sure. One of the things that I am seeing a lot of, and this has probably been over the last, I'm going to say maybe over the last 3 to 4 years, has been my 40s and up
Mhm,
ladies
mhm,
having a huge disconnect between the level of socialization that they want to have versus what they actually have.
mhm,
And one of the things that we talk about in therapy is um, number one, where have you started internally first?
mm,
Because oftentimes people will say, well, I want this in a person, I want that in a person. But I often like to ask them, then how would that impact you if you did get those things?
mm,
And they're not able to answer. And so one of the things that we have to do is do that internal work first. And that might be, I'm not saying you always have to see a therapist for that at all. But I am saying things like reflection. What is it that I want? If I get curious about my loneliness, what area do I need to be focusing on so that way it doesn't feel quite as lonely? It may be your spiritual life, it may
mm,
be your work life, it may be your personal life, it may be community. I
mm,
don't know, but that would be one thing to think about. The other thing that I would tell people is that and as this sounds so cliche, but you're not alone. But we
mhm,
do have to take those steps to try and find one another and recognizing, to your point, Nicole, it may not be one person who is your everything.
mhm,
If we would expand where we are with our loneliness and looking into it, we may find that this person is really good when I need to have some type of socialization through community works or efforts. This person is really good when I just need deep conversation about the state of the world. This person is better for whatever this other thing is over here. So if we can look at other ways to incorporate our tribe, our community, build those things, that might be another way to be able to address loneliness.
bingo. Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. So,
I got you. I got
mhm,
you.
mhm.
Absolutely. We
All
do
right.
want that, right? That's part of the fairy tale that they sell us, right? That you have
Fairy
one
tale.
person and you'll be with them forever and they'll make you happy.
Listen, this
Never be
person,
alone
your
again.
everything, your everything,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
everything.
That is that
That's
that's
a lot.
that's a huge one. And they've been trying to sell it to us as Disney.
But we have bought it.
A lot of us have.
We have bought it, and
A
we
lot of
are
us have.
we are carrying that thing out like, no,
Yeah.
you can't have no other friends. What you talking about?
And you must. It's a must. It's a must. You have to have, and I think this is where that quality piece comes in that we were talking about. You don't have to have, 20 best friends. I don't have 20 best friends, anyways. I'm gonna say you don't have to have 20 best friends, but you do need your core group of people
Mm-mm.
who can
No,
be there for you to add to your quality of life and combat loneliness.
absolutely, absolutely. So we got several comments. So let me pause. Let me go back.
Yes.
Paula said decision, a wound masquerading a choice. Yes, that is wow, it is. We got
Mhm.
Emma Henson on. Did we
Hi,
do,
Irma.
do we know Irma? Do we know
Irma.
Irma?
I do know Irma.
Okay, hey
That's my
Irma.
sister-in-law. Hey, Irma.
The last name gave it away. All right. Thank you for
That
joining
is
us.
my beautiful sister-in-law. That's her.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Janetta just joined us. Thank you for being here.
Hi.
And yes, Paula said making one person your everything is too much of a burden. Expand your circle. Absolutely.
Amen.
All right. And then
Amen.
Nick, he tried to get shy on me. He talked about not just a vacuum, but also those feelings of guilt and the demands we put on ourselves to
Yeah.
perform pull our friends and family up, even if they don't want to be lifted as we climb. I'm talking a lot. Let me shush. Let me hush. She
No, no,
said,
no, no, no. Listen, sometimes, and y'all are going to come for me, and that's okay. I can take it. But sometimes you got to cut the rope.
you
If
do.
people are not willing to come with you as much as we want them to, as much as we want them to be part of our transition and our ambition, sometimes your assignment is not theirs, and it's okay. It is okay.
It is okay.
Doesn't mean you cut them out of your life, but it does mean maybe you need to cut the rope in terms of relying on them as a support to overcome loneliness as you pursue this goal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Jay Henson. Well, Hensons are representing AR. We appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Look, subscribe to Conversations with Nicole, Team Henson. Subscribe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen. All right. Paula, she said we need a podcast on letting them go. Some people aren't meant to go with you. They aren't.
This
They
is
aren't.
very true.
They aren't.
Very true.
I think the permission to release those people is part of it as well, right?
I think it's our permission to ourselves first and foremost.
That too. Yeah.
Sometimes we have to get settled with the idea of everybody is not meant to go on this journey with me. Everybody is not suitable. And again, going back to what we said about the seasons, everybody is not suitable for me in this season when it comes to addressing loneliness. Does not mean they're a bad person. Does not mean you never talk to them again. Does not mean anything other than they're not on this assignment with you. That's all.
That's all. And it's okay. And it's okay.
It is more than okay. It is more than okay. It's good to know where people stand in your life so that we can move accordingly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Nick, the pressure, and I'm only human, Jeffrey Osborne. Okay. Jeffrey Osborne, he done went back, baby.
Way back. I love it. I love it.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I mean that relationship piece is huge. I mean, I don't know.
If I may.
Yeah, go ahead. Please. Help us out.
Can we talk about how to build the tribe?
Please.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that?
Yes, we can.
Because so many people are caught up in, I just want it to be organic. Nothing wrong with what you want. But if it's not getting you the result that you need, then maybe we should try something a little bit differently. So when I was talking about that introspection before and dealing with loneliness, one of the things you need to figure out is, again, where is the loneliness in your life? And then what would be able to fill that? There are so many things that are out there. There are volunteer opportunities, civic opportunities, community opportunities, opportunities in your faith-based organizations or whatever, church, temple, mosque, whatever it is that you go to be able to get involved in a way that helps you overcome loneliness, in a way that's meaningful for you. But if you keep sitting it out, you're going to keep yourself stuck in that cycle of loneliness. I am not saying that there's any one thing that will not, or that will make you feel, will not allow you to feel lonely ever again, excuse me. But I am saying that there are things that we can do to decrease the amount of loneliness that we have in our lives if we can identify the area that we need. There's also an organization, it is a website that is called volunteermatch.org. Volunteermatch.org. Okay. It is an excellent resource. It's national. You can put it in for any place in the country. You can filter it out by what type of activity you might be interested in. And it will give you everything that is registered with that organization for your area. I have used them several times here in the Atlanta area, and it has been wonderful. Thank you for putting that up. Thank you. But it has been a wonderful resource. That is an excellent place to start. Of course, you can also start in your own communities, but if there's something that you wanted to do that didn't feel maybe as much as the pressure to put you out there in front of somebody to talk face-to-face, volunteermatch.org is a great place to start.
Nice. Thank you for that resource. So I think what you have said that I believe is most valuable is building tribe and community, right?
Mhm.
Paula just said it as well. It's hard to be lonely when you're serving others,
Yes, it
right?
is.
Right, right,
Yes, it
right.
is. Yes, it is.
So again, I'm going back to what you initially said about a disconnect, something being missing, whether that is the frequency of the socialization or the
Mhm.
quality of the socialization.
Yeah, absolutely. And identifying where that disconnect is for you
Mm-hmm.
will help you figure out how to plug in.
Yeah. And
Um,
so I really would like you all, you meaning the viewers, and not only the ones that are watching live, but the folks that do the replay, just let us know, like, what are you doing? Again, if you don't mind sharing, safe space that fills your cup. Healthy things that you are doing.
Look, we all know the unhealthy ones. We got
Healthy,
those, but the
healthy
healthy ones,
the
yes.
healthy things that you are doing, whether that's frequency of socialization or quality of socialization.
Yeah.
I will tell you, for me, volunteering is,
Mm,
one that's I'm big on. So I volunteer at an elementary school once a week.
awesome.
I volunteer with a mental health group, and we're doing mental health events in the community.
Love that.
Um, I garden.
Mhm,
That brings
mhm.
me joy. I sometimes I walk. On occasion, I try to find.
Well, with you sharing, I will do the same thing. One of the things I love to do, I don't see clients on Fridays because I set that time aside. That is my self care day. And
Nice.
so on Fridays, that is when I try to meet with people either from my church or from the community.
Mhm,
That is my opportunity to kind of check in with not only myself, but also with my family. So
mhm.
if I want to go hang out with my grandbabies or something like that, then that's my opportunity to go do that on a Friday. So
Nice.
those are things that I love being able to do, and those are things that fill that loneliness for me.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, I'm gonna scroll back. Nick said tried organic, didn't work.
Mhm.
Mm,
Understand.
mhm,
Understand. So the question then, the follow up with that would then be, again, where are we? Are we at the mixers? Are we at the meet and greets? Are we at the, I'm sure in community work, I know he's got to be doing a lot of community work. And I'm not saying this directly to him, but I am saying that these are things to think of to just
mhm.
kind of expand
Yeah.
the box from, we all, again, it's part of the fairy tale, right? I was
Mhm.
just walking along and he was coming this way and I was coming that way and he just bumped into me. And yeah, that'd be great. But for most of us, it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so again, where are you putting yourself that feels safe,
Mhm.
that would fill the need?
Yeah.
Where are you putting yourself out for those things?
Yeah. 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 All right. So we got lots of responses. Uh, Dr.
Mhm.
MBAZ said mentoring. Yes, I
Absolutely.
do
It's a
saw
good
that.
one.
Love it. Serving our church family. Love
Mhm.
it. I volunteer for church events and other things, but that lonely feeling catches up with me at
Absolutely.
yeah. No.
Absolutely. The
It's
human
understandable.
experience.
Yeah, it's understandable.
The
And
human experience.
we're not saying that it's not gonna totally, like, you're not gonna be lonely at all. But you know, I wanted to hear from you all because maybe I could pick up something new. Like, I'm being selfish right now. Maybe
These
some
are great.
help
These
me.
are great.
Yes. Fayon, thank you for being here. She said, moving in my career as a passion
Oh, I love
rather
that.
than a work or job. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. I love
That
that mindset.
mindset, yeah.
Yeah, I
Music
love it.
and walking as well. Thank you.
Mhm.
Playing music and learning new instruments. Nice.
Yes,
Yes, that's
it's a good
good.
one.
Paula, we are a family of active volunteers. We read, travel, and seek time with friends and families. Yes, love
Absolutely.
it. All right. Bi-monthly massages. Yes, ma'am. I'm here for all of
Ooh,
that.
I
All
like
of that.
that.
Yes, yes, yes. Felicia working out at the gym, right? She's an author and she does pro bono work. She's an attorney as well. So thank
I
you for
love that. That's that giving back again.
it.
Serving.
It is, it is, it is.
Serving.
Sometimes you have to cultivate your own opportunities to grow your
Mhm.
circle.
Right.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
and to piggyback off of that, every circle doesn't have to fill every part of your life.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to just have one circle and it fills everything.
Yeah, no.
It's okay to give yourself permission
Hmm.
to move in
Yeah,
different circles
yeah.
if you're in that season.
You could be part of different tribes, different villages. It's okay.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
know I am. So
Yes.
it is all
Absolutely.
right. And I think too, to this comment about cultivating your own opportunities to grow
Mhm.
your circle. So
Mhm.
maybe it's something unique that you like to do. And I say unique. I mean, it could be not so unique, but something that you like to do, invite some like-minded folks or some folks that also enjoy that thing to do it together.
Exactly. Exactly. Why can't you start the meetup that you're looking for?
Hmm. Hmm.
And it could be something as simple as asking someone to lunch at the same place at the same time,
Hmm.
um, and talking with someone about these things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I think, misnomers about um, what it is to be able to be involved with other people, that it has to be only about business or only about this or only about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can just get together just so we can get together because we're like minded people who enjoy each other's company.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
nothing
Yep.
wrong with that.
For sure.
Nothing
Um,
wrong with that.
no, not at all. Say Shorty says service, service to my family, my church, giving other moms a break. Love it. I frequently have someone else's child.
God bless you.
Yes,
Yes.
bless you indeed. Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Right. Nick, he said I work out. Love it, Nick. Love it. All right. Miss Jeanette, she says, as an octogenarian here, I volunteer in AARP driver safety program, smart driver courses. When I go to locations, I meet people from all ethnic groups. I realize we have so many things in common.
Mhm.
Also enjoy attending music venues and I try to stay active. And
That's it.
you do, Miss Jeanette.
That's
And
it. Absolutely. We salute you.
we
That's
salute
it.
you, Jeanette. We salute you. All right, Paula, different tribes, groups, feeds, different areas of my
Mhm.
life. I also invite others to join. Amen, amen,
Absolutely.
amen. Yes.
Absolutely.
Nick, I literally ask random people who have no idea who I am to tell me their story.
Yes. That's
Okay.
good.
Mhm.
We also don't have to wait until it's somebody that we know well. You can start small, and
You
it could
can't.
be something as small as whoever is checking you out at Publix. As they're scanning your stuff, instead of going through self checkout, go stand in the line for a few minutes, and just hi, how are you? How was your
Mhm.
day? I see you here. Whatever it is,
Right.
just to acknowledge. But if that's where it feels safe enough for you to
Mhm.
start there. Just start.
Just start.
Absolutely.
Just start. Just start. Okay. Cool. Um, so I'm looking at my list of things that we had planned to talk about, and I think we have covered it all. From the Surgeon General notice to the forms of loneliness to the normal loneliness experience versus abnormal loneliness experiences, and then some solutions, which has been building tribe. And I think also, as we have talked about too, but just the level of self-awareness, like to be able to kind of tap in and say, yeah, yeah, okay, yes, it's loneliness, but like you said, leaning in, getting curious about it. Like, is this loneliness due to, again, frequency or the quality of the socialization? Because maybe
Absolutely.
I don't really care for these people. These are not my people at this moment in time.
And that's okay too.
It is okay.
That is okay too. Absolutely. Very quickly, one of the things I did want to say is if the loneliness moves into impacting functioning,
Hmm.
we're not getting out of bed, we're not returning calls, we're And I'm not talking about those people who take 2 weeks to return a message anyway. I'm not talking about that. Um, but if you typically were a person who would respond within a day or two, and now it's 2-3 weeks, you're not going to work or you're barely getting to work, those types of things. If it's something that's lingering, then that is not normal loneliness. That would be the time that you need to reach out to either your PCP, a therapist, or you can also call the National Crisis Line, which is 988. It is just like 911. You can pick up any phone, you can text it, you can call it, anything, any way that you would normally use to reach somebody for emergency services. For 911, you can use the same method for 988, and it is the National Mental Health Crisis Line. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Yes, absolutely. There's also the crisis text line, and you can text help to 741-741. And there are actually live counselors there that will be there to serve you and help you. So I think Nick mentioned that it surprises me how often folks are to talk about themselves if you give off that you're sincere and your sincere curiosity. Absolutely. Nick, a lot of times people just really want to be heard. So
Absolutely.
I
Don't
find
we?
that
I mean, on some level, isn't that another human experience? We want to be seen and heard, and yeah,
and understood.
absolutely,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
understood.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. All right, Tina, thank you for being here. She said being intentional and putting yourself in position.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
love
good.
that.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Well, again, I think we have covered all of the things that we wanted to cover this evening. So I want to take this time to give you an opportunity to give some closing remarks and tell the folks how they can connect with you.
Sure. Thank you again so much for being on here. This was amazing. I do appreciate that. If you are looking at social media, I can be found at Ascent Counsel, COUNSELW. That's going to be on Facebook and Instagram. And then on LinkedIn, it is Ascent Counseling and Wellness. Or you can look up Tameran Hinson, Atlanta. I can be found that way.
All right, very good. Well, I want to thank you for your time. This was a really great conversation.
Thank you.
I definitely benefited from it, learned some things about the types, and really I'm going to kind of, like you said, get curious about when those lonely feelings bubble up within me. Is it a frequency issue? Is it a quality issue? And how can I address it in a healthy way? Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. And our viewers have been so great tonight. So
Yes, I
thank
have.
you all for your engagement, for sharing your experiences. We really do appreciate that. We hope that this was beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form. And several of you are chiming in to tell us that it was. So, Dr. Z, this was so good. Two of my favorite goats on the same screen. We need a part two. Listen, we can make it happen. Paul, a wonderful segment. Great job, Tameran. Wonderful. Miss J, excellent talk. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Sassy Shawty, awesome discussion tonight. Great talk, Tameran Hinson. Deborah, thank you, Tameran. This was outstanding. Blessings to you and the
You
family.
too. You too.
Yes. Great conversation. Jay Hinson. All right. Thank you for the enlightenment, Felicia.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. We appreciate y'all so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah.
For sure. All right. And then finally, I got to share for those of you who are new to the platform, please subscribe to Conversations with Nicole. We are here Mondays and Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, focused on mental health and wellness. And so we want to encourage folks to get their checkup from the neck up and connect with a clinician today.
Absolutely.
So I didn't ask, but are you taking any new clients at this time?
I am. I'm always taking new clients. Yes. So please feel free to reach out to me on any of the platforms or my website, Ascent Counseling, or I'm sorry, acwatl.com. acwatl.com. Be happy
Very,
to speak with you more.
very good. Very good. All right. Well, y'all, let's please keep this conversation going. Please share this with a friend, a loved one that you think will benefit from it, that may be struggling with loneliness. And hopefully, this will plant some seeds or water some seeds around some things that they can do to come from behind the closed door
Yes,
and deal with the loneliness that they may be experiencing. Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Well, y'all have a great rest of the evening and we'll see you next time. Bye.